Hello friends, in this video we will learn isometric projections. If you like the video, please do share it and subscribe the channel. Hope you are enjoying the videos. ISO means equal and metric projection means a projection to a reduced measure. Now we will see some theoretical background of isometric projection. 1. When a solid is resting in its simple position, the front or top view, taken separately, gives an incomplete idea of the form of the object. 2. When the solid is tilted from its simple position such that its axis is inclined to both horizontal plane and vertical plane, the front view or the top view or sometimes both, all the surfaces are visualized in a single orthographic view. 3. An isometric projection is one type of pictorial projection in which the three dimensions of a solid are not only shown in one view, but also their dimension can be scaled from this drawing. Now we will see explanation of figure. 1. It is seen that all the edges and faces of the rectangular prism are equally inclined to the plane of all the edges, and faces of the cube are equally inclined to the plane of projection. 2. Hence the rectangular faces are seen as similar and equal rhombuses. The three lines AB and AD and AE are meeting at point A. 3. These edges are mutually perpendicular to each other in the solid. 4. Since all these edges are equally inclined to horizontal plane, they are making an angle of 120 degrees with each other in the plane of projection, also they are equally foreshortened. 5. This leads us to the problem of selecting an isometric scale. These points are explained in earlier slides. Now we will learn the terminology associated with isometric projection. Figure is shown in next slide. Here we have defined some terms. 1. The lines AB and AD and AE meeting at a point A and making an angle of 120 degrees with each other are termed isometric axes. 2. The lines parallel to the isometric axis are termed isometric lines. The lines CD and CB are examples of isometric lines. 3. The lines which are not parallel to isometric axes are termed non-isometric lines. The BD is an example. 4. The planes representing the faces of the rectangular prism as well as other planes parallel to these planes are termed isometric planes. In this slide we have explained isometric scale and construction procedure of isometric scale. Now we will define isometric scale. Isometric projection is drawn using isometric scale, which converts true lengths into isometric lengths. Steps of construction of isometric scale. 1. Draw a horizontal line AB. 2. From point A draw a line AC at 45 degrees to represent actual or true length and another line AD at 30 degrees to line AB. On line AB we will measure isometric lengths. 3. On line AC mark the true lengths as 0.012 and more with the scale. 4. From these points draw verticals to meet line AD at point 0, 1, 2. The lengths on line AD represents the isometric lengths. Now we can define. Isometric scale is equal to isometric length divided by true length. In this slide, difference between isometric projection and isometric view is explained. Now we will study the problem. Construction of isometric scale is shown in Figure 1. Figure 2 indicates isometric axes. And Figure 3 indicates isometric projection of given problem. Now we will study isometric views of standard shapes. Isometric projection of square. Consider a square ABCD with length of sides as 30 mm as shown in figure. If square lies in the vertical plane it will appear as rhombus as shown in figure A and figure B. If the square lies in horizontal plane it will appear as in figure C. A rectangle appears as parallelogram in isometric view. A triangle of any type can be easily obtained in isometric view as explained in figure. First, enclose the triangle in rectangle ABCD. Obtain parallelogram ABCD for the rectangle as shown in figure. Then locate point 1 in the parallelogram such that C1 in the parallelogram is equal to C1 in the rectangle. AB1 represents the isometric view of the triangle. Enclose the given pentagon in rectangle and obtain the parallelogram as shown in the figure. Locate points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the rectangle and mark them on the parallelogram. Plot the distances A1, B2, C3, C4, and D5 as in rectangle to parallelogram. And complete the isometric drawing. Explanation of drawing circle in isometric drawing. In next slide explain with figure. The isometric view or isometric projection of a circle is an ellipse. It is obtained by using four-center method explained below. First, enclose the given circle into a square ABCD. Draw rhombus ABCD as an isometric view of the square. Mark the points 3, 4, 5, 6, as midpoints of square and project these points on the rhombus. Now join the points as to get lines AC, D6, B3, D5, B4 and locate points 1 and 2 American Samoa shown in figure A. Now with 1 as a center and radius 1, 3, draw a small arc 3, 5. Draw another arc 4, 6 with same radius but 2 as a center. With B as a center and radius B3, draw an arc 3, 4. Draw another arc 5, 6 with same radius but with D as a center. Any irregular shape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can be drawn in isometric view as follows. The figure is enclosed in a rectangle first. The parallelogram is obtained in isometric for the rectangle as shown in figure. The ISO lines B2, D2, C3, E3, G4, F4, H5, H6, A7 mark on the parallelogram as shown in the figure. And complete the figure. Now we will learn method of drawing isometric projection. Following are the steps in drawing isometric projection. 1. The basic steps for creating an isometric drawing are as below. 2. Determine the isometric viewpoint that clearly depicts the features of the object, then draw the isometric axis which will produce that viewpoint. Construct isometric planes using the overall width, isometric views for solid heights and depths of the object such that the object will be totally enclosed in a box. 3. Locate details on the isometric planes. Darken all visible lines and eliminate hidden lines unless absolutely necessary to describe the object. Basic steps in drawing isometric projection of an actual object. 1. Positioning object. 2. Select isometric axis. 3. Enclose the sketch in the box. 4. Add details. 5. Darken the visible lines. Problem number 1. Use method of drawing circle in isometric drawing first. Now use same method to draw same object in offset. And complete the drawing. Now yourself try these examples. Procedure is given in earlier slide. Please try it and watch the channel for few more videos related to engineering.